Um, hey, it's Running on T 2011. It's Tuesday with Javier, and today's topic, I think it's week 4, and the topic is how you chose your name. So, I chose my name. It was a long process. In high school, I went by Terry, and most of my friends now know me as Terry. And why I chose to go by Terry was because it was a shorter version of my birth name, and Terry was very androgynous, and it was easy to get people to call me that. So I went by that for a long time, and still go by that with my friends. But once it came down to it, I realized that I wasn't choosing Terry for myself, but I was choosing it for other people because it was easier for everyone else to accept me with that name. So when I got the papers to legally change my name, that's when I was like fixed on keeping Terry and just changing my middle name. So it was going to be, I think my middle name was going to be Michael, so Terry Michael was going to be it. And I looked at it, and it just like didn't fit me. I felt like I was kind of slapping my parents in the face by taking a name that wasn't Hispanic, because I just felt that I should choose a name that would be Hispanic. But before I figured that out, I was kind of contemplating changing Terry to something else. So I would look for, I was like checking sites, like baby name sites, for weeks and weeks, and I had like a huge list of names that I liked, and I was leaning towards Landon, and my girlfriend at the time really liked that name, so I was gonna go with that, but it just wasn't right. It didn't fit. It just, something about it just threw me off. And all these names I liked them, but I just didn't love them. So one day I decided to pray about it, and I just asked God to help me figure out what name I should pick. So a few nights later, I had a really crazy dream where God was like, I'm naming you Javier, so deal with it. And I woke up and I was like, that's it, that's the name I'm choosing. And I fell in love with it right there and then. It was like very it was a very great feeling to finally have that love for a name, and I decided to go with it. I kept my middle name, and my middle name is my mom's last name, and so both of my brothers have the same middle name because that's just how it is. So my middle name's Lopez. I decided not to change that. So yeah, that's how I decided to become Javier. And most of my friends, like I said, they still call me Terry. My parents, they call me by my birth name still, and I just really don't care right now if they do, because it's not a big deal at the moment. So I'll just let them keep calling me that until it does get annoying. But I don't really feel like I have to have my friends change from calling me Terry, because that's also not a big deal. I don't mind being called Terry by them, so I'm not gonna make them change that. Not a lot of people call me Javier, just at school, and with the new people I meet, I like introducing myself as Javier because I like hearing people calling me that. Is that weird? But yeah, and only special people can call me Javi, so there's a few of those out there. But yeah, that's how I chose Javier, and I'll see you next Tuesday.